Yes, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Football Tribe UG channel. Robert Kesakos is your usual suspect. Welcome back to yet another live broadcast on your favorite football updates channel. I had my hands to my head because I was watching an almost goal moment. I thought that ball had, gone in, but it did not go in. So I'm trying my best to follow up on as many games as possible. I'm watching the Napoli versus Chelsea game on my screen. Just turned it on because earlier on I was involved or keeping tabs on the game between Borussia Dortmund and Inter Milan, and it wasn't giving me the vibes that I wanted. I'm also watching the game between Arsenal and Kairat Almaty, which Arsenal leading by 3-1. Gabriel Martinelli, Kai Havertz and Victor Gyökeres, the goal scorers there, whereas a penalty from Jorginho still remains the consolation. The game between Napoli and Chelsea is 1-1, while PSG are leading up against Newcastle by 1-0. I don't know, for some reason, that game for me is frozen or had been frozen for a moment. It froze at a moment when Dan Burn appeared to be celebrating a goal. So I'll need to double check on that fact there. So plenty of action that is ongoing tonight. We'll do our best to keep tabs with everything that is ongoing. We'll have the discussion, we'll have the engagement for those of you that will be joining us. I know many of you are usual suspects, are busy glued to your TV screens. I do not know how many of you have been able to go to the actual stadiums to watch the games, but wherever you are, greetings to you too. So it's an action-packed day. Barcelona were a goal down against Copenhagen. That means Pedri's prediction for a clean sheet does not stand because he predicted, I think, 4 goals. Was it 4-1 or 4-0? I think. But anyways, there we are in that regard. So we'll do our best to keep tabs on everything that we can to bring you the very best from the UEFA Champions League tonight. Can see we already have a comment in from somebody. This is Hajot. Is it Hajot? Hi, how are you doing? Martin, how are you doing? Oh, okay. Meanwhile, Arsenal should be like 5 ahead. But there was a missed opportunity by Victor Gyökeres. There's another brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Do you play Roblox? No, not really. But thank you so much for asking. Steve is asking, sorry, how is it going, my brother? The going is all right. For those of you that are just joining us, kindly like the broadcast, but also consider subscribing to the channel if you're new here. Oh, wow. What a clearance that was in the Arsenal game. There's a goal line clearance in that game there. How are you? I'm all right, my brother. How are you doing? How have you been lately? Haven't seen you here back in a bit, but I hope you're doing well. So I do come to you live from Kampala, Uganda. That's where I'm streaming live from. It's 43 minutes past the hour of 11 p.m. East African time. What you been up to? The usual, same old story. Every single day, morning and evening, we are always live here on the Football Tribe UG channel, discussing the latest from the world of football. Do I have kids? No. Oh, the Kairat Almaty goalkeeper will have to make very many saves, it seems, from tonight, because it looks like Victor Gyökeres is having a good day. He's getting the service. Not all of them have been clear-cut chances, but it's been beautiful to watch. It's been beautiful to watch, given what we are ordinarily accustomed to, where he plays the game and he's always been stabbed. So I love the way things have so far gone in as far as the opening half is concerned for him. Okay, let me respond to those comments in just a bit. But yeah, the game between Chelsea and Napoli is still 1-1 apiece. We'll get to that in a bit. PSG still 1-0 up against Newcastle. I was looking at some of the other results, and Man City are leading by 2-0 against Galatasaray. Real Madrid were 1-0 up against Benfica. So It's 18 games are being played as we speak, all kicked off at the same time. So that's why we'll do our best to bring you up to speed in regards to what may be happening from the different stadia there. But where you do experience delays in submissions, please understand that because Napoli have a goal against Chelsea and they are leading by 2-1. Rasmus Højlund with the goal in that one, so if you do experience a delay in my feed, please blame it on the slow bandwidth. Okay, let me read some of your comments. Mom, all right, like a shot, thank you so much. Isabella Martin, thank you so much. Who? Messi or Ronaldo? Both are very, very tremendous players, quite exceptional, out of this world. Are you on a team? What do you mean, am I on a team? Please be more specific on that. What do you mean, am I on a team? Messi or Ronaldo, like I said, both are very, very brilliant players. I cannot tell you, I cannot give you a yes or no question where it's Messi or whether you will say Messi or Ronaldo. Both have been brilliant players and have been blessed enough to watch them play, this beautiful game of football. Martin says, I subscribed. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, do you have a PS5? I've never owned a PS at any stage in my life. So unless you want to donate one to me, but thank you so much. Let's play online. Hi from Martin. Okay, I'm not allowed to sub to people. Why are you not allowed to sub to people? Did you violate some community standards? What really happened? But I hope all is good. PS5 or Xbox? I've never owned any, so I wouldn't give you a review on the experience. Sniper ZMC has given us some comments, but I do not know what language they are in. So unfortunately, I'm unable to read them and give a submission on that. But thank you so much, guys, for those of you that are joining the conversation, for those of you that are submitting in your comments and everything that you're doing to keep up with us. Wow, that was a beautiful attempt from Gabriel Martinelli, but it just was inches over the bar. Okay, let me see. A sports team. Oh, a sports team. Yeah, first of all, I love football in general. That's more like a general rule. I love football. Then I do support Arsenal, Real Madrid, the Brazil national team, the Uganda Cranes. But football in general is love for me. Anything football, I'll work with you. Okay, let me see. Trying to read some of your other comments. Hypernova Steve says someone is spamming. It appears to be the case. Then I know they need to stop. Okay, let them stop. Are you alone? Yes, I'm alone. I'm a bodybuilder. Steve, you're a bodybuilder. Oh, wow, great. That's beautiful. Any team you guys support, any team, you can put it down in the comment section. Bye, I have to go. I have a great time. Thank you so much, Steve, for sparing the time to be with us. No, sorry, it's not Steve. It's actually Hajot. Yes, Hajot. Thank you so much for sparing the time to be with us. Been a pleasure seeing you around. Steve, your bodybuilder, the way Arnold Schwarzenegger was, the way our very own Biekwaso from Uganda was. Okay, Newcastle have restored parity through Joe Willock, and it's 1-1 apiece there against PSG. Remember my prediction as a 2-1 victory for PSG in that one. But yeah, we will do our best to digest all that as we keep up to speed with what is happening from across the divide in the UEFA Champions League tonight. Okay. All right, Athletic Bilbao are 2-1 up against a Sporting CP, while Liverpool are leading by 2-0 against a Karabakh. Alexis McAllister, and Florian Wirtz in the 15th and 21st minutes, respectively, were the goal scorers in that one. So that is what is happening there at Anfield. Barcelona are still 1-0 behind against Copenhagen. Monaco and Juventus is still goalless, as is Dortmund up against Inter Milan. PSG won. PSG's goal was scored by Vitinha in the 8th minute, but earlier on in the 4th minute, Ousmane Dembele had missed a penalty in that one. So yeah, very, very interesting stuff happening in that game because Nick Pope saved that penalty. Okay. Then in the other games, like I said, Napoli are 2-1 up against Chelsea. Antonio Vagara did score to cancel out Enzo Fernandez's 19th minute penalty that had given Chelsea the away lead, while Rasmus Højlund with the 43rd minute goal has put Napoli forward as we head into halftime for majority of those games. Quickly, just to look at this. Atletico de Madrid against Bodo Glimt is 1-1 at halftime. Alexander Soroth, while Jovold was the goal scorer to restore parity for Bodo Glimt. Bayer Leverkusen are 2-0 up against Villarreal. Benfica are leading by 2-1 against Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe scored for Real Madrid to make it 12 goals in the UEFA Champions League so far this season, while Sheldrup did score to make it 1-1, while Pavlidis scored from the penalty spot to make it 2-1 in the 6th minute of added time of the first stanza. Club Brugge are leading by 2-0 against Olympique Marseille at halftime, while Eintracht Frankfurt and Tottenham Hotspur is goalless at half time. Then, like I said, Man City are 2-0 up against Galatasaray. Brought Erling Haaland with a goal in the 11th minute, while Ryan Cherki was the other on target. Both assists being provided by Jeremy Doku in that one to give Pep Guardiola's side a 2-0 lead heading into halftime. Then PSV Eindhoven and Bayern Munich is still goalless. Pafos and Slavia Praha is still 1-1, while Union Saint-Gilloise against Atlanta is still goalless. So those are the results from across the different stadia. Ajax and Olympiacos is still goalless. So I think I've exhausted all the 18 games that are ongoing at the moment. I can see I have a comment from Flotty. Oh, is it Flotty or Flontine? Which country is this? This is from, I'm streaming to you live from Kampala, Uganda. Thank you so much for asking. I don't know if Pedri will be able to make it to the broadcast at halftime, but given that Barcelona a goal to nil behind, the chances of that happening may be quite a bit distant. Remember, my prediction was a 3-1 victory for Barcelona in that one. We will wait to see whether that will actually happen. But thank you so much for those of you that are still tuning on with us. Barcelona have only had have had 5 shots on target, but are yet to find the breakthrough, while Copenhagen have had 1 shot on goal, which is still making for them the difference. Okay. As we catch up on the highlights from the first stanza, I thought Arsenal were very dominant in their, in their game against Kairat Almaty, as you would expect. Mikel Arteta made a plethora of changes to their starting 11, bringing players like Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal, Mazi Lewis Kelly at left back, Ricardo Carafiori, who caused the penalty. Oh, Pedri is here with us. Yes, Pedri, I was waiting for you. Mr. Tribe, I have everything. I am incredibly depressed. I understand that, but try to give us a picture of how Barcelona have behaved in the opening 45 minutes. Like I was telling our audience, I've not been able to watch that game. I've been keeping tabs on the Chelsea-Napoli game, the Arsenal game, and the PSG game against Newcastle, which is 1-1 at halftime. Earlier on, I tried to catch up with the game between Dortmund and Inter Milan, but it seemed a bit 50-50. Teams were not creating that many chances, so I switched to the Chelsea-Napoli game. You're saying we are playing against 10 players defending. I think that is to be expected. That is to be expected. Now, that's to be expected because Copenhagen, with that one goal, they will know that, first of all, they know that that one goal is enough to win a game. That's one thing they know. Why? Because they know if they maintain their discipline, defensive discipline, then they can hold out that 1-0 victory. However, it's not a very sustainable strategy because when you play against teams like Barcelona, they can always find a way to poke spaces. Or if all affairs fail in their intricate play, then they could be looking at, let's say, playing. They could be looking to do what? To try and have attempts from distance. I know Rafinha is capable of doing that and can be very effective at it. So Copenhagen will be aware of that they shouldn't be, accommodating Barcelona spaces in and outside the area. You say we cannot break them down. What the hell are they playing? They play like shit. I actually hate teams like this. I'm very angry. Now, Pedri, I don't know if this will settle will settle your frustrations or otherwise, but for people that criticize Arsenal for the way they play in the Premier League, usually that's what they're up against. Teams that play with a very low block and they look to catch them on the counter, teams that are not very expansive, do not play open-ended football where they're looking to get so much of the ball and are looking to score many goals. Almost on a weekly basis, that's what Arsenal are faced with in the Premier League. And that's why I keep saying there's a contrast between the Arsenal you may watch in the UEFA Champions League and the Arsenal that you may watch in the Premier League. But nonetheless, that's why then Arsenal sometimes resort to set pieces to find the breakthrough. Now, for Barcelona, unfortunately, set pieces are not their strongest suit. Because usually even when they start a corner, they want to start it short and then build it from there and then put the ball in. So, but maybe you may look at the strategy of putting in some crosses if Robert Lewandowski has started the game because he does have the height in the area. But again, you're up against players that those Copenhagen players are not short either. But again, it's all to try and find an advantage. Lewandowski is leading the lines. Lamine Yamal and Rafinha will need to do something exceptional, to try and break down that 10-man, backline that you mentioned. I need Lewan shit out. Why do you need him out? Has he missed chances or what? From the statistics I've been able to see, like I was telling our audience, is that Barcelona have had 5 attempts on target. So just give us a picture on some of those chances that perhaps Barcelona were able to create in the opening stanza. Okay, I was giving the lineup for I was talking about the changes that Mikel Arteta has made. So many changes. I do not think any of the players that started the weekend has started a game of football. The only change that I've seen is bringing in Ricardo Carafiori in centre back because I thought it was Piero Hincapié that would have played there based on our predicted starting 11. PSG really have a strong team. Like I said, they missed a penalty through Ousmane Dembele in the 4th minute. Nick Pope saved that one. Then Vitinha scored in the 8th minute, while Joe Willock scored the equalizer in the 2nd minute of stoppage time to send it 1-1 at halftime. Not an easy game. Nonetheless, I still predict that PSG could win it by 2-1. PSG have a very strong side. They have Mati Safonov in goal. They have Achraf Hakimi, Marquinhos, William Pacho, Nuno Mendes, João Neves, Vitinha, Warren Zaïre-Emery in that midfield trio. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, Ousmane Dembele, and Bradley Barcola leading up front, while the bench has Lucas Valia, Martin James, Lucas Berardo, Elia Zabani, Lucas Hernandez, Goncalo Ramos, Desle Doué, who was substituted on in the 14th minute. Who was substituted on later on with Kvicha Kvaratskhelia being withdrawn. Seni Mayuru and Ibrahim Mbaye, the players are there on the bench for PSG. Okay, let me get to your comment in a bit, Pedri. After this Newcastle, starting 11. Newcastle have Nick Pope, Steven Botman, Dan Ban, and Malik Thiaw in a back three. They have Lewis Hall, Sandro Tonali, Jacob Ramsey, and Lewis Miley in that midfield four. Then they have Joe Willock, Nick Voltmada, and Anthony Elanga. Now, when you read the outlook of that starting 11, it's a bit defensive. He has a back three, he has the midfield four. Now, Joe Willock, we all know, is an attacking midfielder, but more a central midfielder. So he pulls back in defense, in midfield to tuck in there to help with the midfield, while when they are defending, Lewis Hall and Lewis Miley all push back to form a back five as the three center backs squeeze in that sort of shape. Then you say every result. You say he missed an open goal. You say he's too slow. Every result is going our way if we are actually winning. Even Real Madrid is losing 2-1 to Benfica right now. Yeah, Pavlidis scored a penalty to ensure that Benfica go with the 2-1 lead into halftime, while Kylian Mbappe scored for Real Madrid. I do not remember the pronunciation of the Benfica player who scored the equalizer. You say my prediction is coming true for Real Madrid. Haha. I remember you predicted that Real Madrid will lose by 3-1. Asha Shakul says, yo, 3-1. Thank you so much. I seem to think Asha Shakul is an Arsenal fan because Arsenal is the only team that is leading by 3-1. Like I said, those goals were scored, I think, by Victor Gyökeres, Kai Havertz, and Gabriel Martinelli. Meanwhile, Martinelli's goal was a line tap-in off an attempt by Victor Gyökeres with Kai Havertz providing that assist. So I do not know if now the assist goes to Victor Gyökeres. Shield up. I don't know how to pronounce that name well. Maybe help me with the pronunciation, Pedri, as you usually do for the equalizer. But thank you so much on that update. So that's what is happening across the different 18 games of the UEFA Champions League as we head into the second stanza. So yeah, there's like we said in the preview of these games last night and in the morning, was that there's going to be lots and lots of frustrations that do happen across the 90 minutes. She laid up. Okay. Thank you so much. With that, so Bodo Glimt are not an easy team. They are giving Atletico de Madrid, from what it appears, a run for their money. Liverpool are closing McAllister and Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz seems to have picked up his form. He seems to have now found. Madrid is gonna equalize. That's according to Shakul. Africa will never unite. What's happening with PSG? PSG have not been that bad, by the way. Even when you look at the statistics at halftime, they've not been that bad. They did not give too much away. There was a goal that was ruled out from, I think it had been by Dan Ban. Was it? So, but they've not been that bad. They've had 5 shots on target compared to Newcastle's only 1. Like I told you, they missed a penalty through Ousmane Dembele. Nick Pope did well to save that one. So, that did not do them any favors. They've had 4 corner kicks. They've dominated possession to the tune of 68% at halftime. So, yeah, they've tried to create the chances. They were just not clinical enough to go into halftime with that lead. So, that's what I can say about that. Then for Manchester City, statistically, they've also equally been brilliant. 60% ball possession, 3 shots on target, compared to Galatasaray's 1 only. I can come back after. Will you stay after the second halves? Hopefully I'll still be here. Yeah, I understand, guys. Many of you will be going back for the second half, which have returned. So go enjoy that action, but be sure I'll be here waiting for you guys. I'll continue with the watch along with the broadcast for those of you that will keep attention with us as we go through, as we keep tabs on that action that is happening. Chelsea versus Napoli. That game I'm keeping tabs on. And then Arsenal, Kairati Almaty, as well as Newcastle versus PASG. Those are the games that I can afford to watch at the moment. But yeah, let me see. Looks like these guys are equally about to be back. We may experience some delays here and there, but maybe a couple of seconds. But we'll do our best to keep you up to date. Teams are back for the second half. Maybe I did not give you the statistics from the Arsenal game at halftime. I thought they were really, really electric. Arsenal, they created so many goal scoring opportunities. They had 6 shots on target and 5 off target. They forced the goalkeeper to make quite a couple of saves. He's made as many as 2 brilliant saves. So yeah, that tells you what you should know about that game. I read this. Kepa Arrizabalaga has only faced 1 shot, which was the penalty. That is the only shot that was on target. There's a question for me from us. Let me see who has submitted the question. Says, is Arsenal likely to win the Premier League? Yeah, they are likely to win it. Yes, we are back. Thank you so much, Mwesgwa Joshua, for being with us tonight once again. I kindly like the broadcast. So yeah, my prediction was for Arsenal to win the Premier League, and I still stand by that prediction. It's not going to be easy. They're going to have, a whole set of difficult games to go through. They still have to play Chelsea. They still have to play Man City. They still have to play teams like Newcastle. They still have to play, I think, even the likes of Everton. They still have some really, really difficult games to play. They still have a stubborn Fulham in a London derby, a Crystal Palace. So it's not going to be easy, but I still fancy them to be ahead of everybody else. Emokol Gilbert says hi. Hi, Emokol. Good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, wherever it is that you're joining us from. By the sound of your name, Emokol, Gilbert, you sound Ugandan. Then, although the name sort of sounds from the eastern part, among the Itesoids, let me not try to guess too much. But thank you so much for being part of the broadcast. Kindly like the broadcast, but also consider subscribing to the channel. Okay. Oh, why am I still watching Carragher's face when we are already in the 48th minute of that game between Chelsea and Napoli? So yeah, that is what is happening. Pedro says, yes, Barcelona have scored. Okay. Mr. Tribe, I love you. Thank you, Pedri. Good luck for the second half. Who has scored for Barcelona? Pedri, whenever you can spare a moment and give us an update, please keep typing the comments and I'll keep reading. Oh, you wanted Lewandowski out and is there giving you joy. The irony of football and football fans are really. You say, I forget my other comment. It's Robert Lewandowski. I love him. Patrick says, CL, best games, best. I didn't get your comment right, Patrick. Kindly indulge me if you can retype it and better it. Okay. What a pass from Lamine Yamal. Spurs just went 4th in the table. Okay. Guys, every goal that is scored means something on that UEFA Champions League table. If there's anything changing positions more than a prostitute does, it's those teams on the UEFA Champions League log, because every goal that is being scored means something on that table. It means something for somebody. It may not necessarily mean a lot for the team that has scored, but it could mean something for another team that is involved in another fixture somewhere else. So that's why it's all crucial. That's why it's all crucial. So yeah, keep those comments coming, and I'll do my best to try and read all of them as they come through. Okay, Spurs just went 4th. Today matches have been entertaining. Feels like Christmas. Feels like Christmas indeed for football fans across the world. Champions League is the best. That's up from Patrick. Then Emo Cole says, how many goals have the Gunners scored? They've so far scored 3 through Victor Gyökeres, Kai Havertz, and Gabriel Martinelli, while Jorginho scored a penalty following a foul by Ricardo Carafiori in the area for that Arsenal game. Thank you so much, Emo Cole. I hope you've subscribed, Emo Cole, to the channel, but it's a pleasure to have you on the broadcast. Are you an Arsenal fan? Do let me know what team you support there. Keep the comments coming, and I'll do my best to also keep you updated on the different proceedings from the different games. Some games are still goalless. That's Juventus, Monaco, Ajax, Olympiacos. Okay. Okay, Dortmund, Inter Milan, still goalless. I'm looking for... Oh, where are these guys? Yes, Tottenham have a goal through Rando Colomwani with Christian Romero providing the assist. Rando Colomwani, Juventus have been making inquiries about the possibility of resigning him again on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. We'll wait and see in the latter days of this transfer window whether they can make that happen. Emokol says, yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan. All right, it's a pleasure to have you on the channel. Guys, Scott McTominay plays like a prime Brazilian midfielder. I mean, he just looks, he oozes with confidence, with class and quality. You may think he's a prime Kaka in a way, you know. Okay, maybe Kaka is too much an exaggeration of a comparison, but he looks comfortable, you know. He looks okay. He looks confident in everything he does. He's a joy to watch. He's indeed a joy to watch. Wow. Liverpool have scored the third through Mohamed Salah. A beautiful goal there. They've scored there. So it's 3-0 for Liverpool against Karabakh. I think my prediction was for Liverpool to win that game by 3-1. I wrote our predictions for those of you that were part of the broadcast last night. I and Pedro were predicting what we expect from some of those games. And Liverpool, no, for Liverpool, I made the prediction in the morning. I did not take note of that, but I made the prediction in the morning. Looks like I'm already wrong with my prediction for Real Madrid because they are 2-1 behind. While Pedri said Real Madrid would lose by 3-1. So looks like for him, he's on track for getting that right. Baskara Patela says, are you Japanese? No, I'm not Japanese. I'm Ugandan. From Kampala, Uganda, small country in the eastern part of Africa, also dubbed the Pearl of Africa. Our neighbors are Kenya, Tanzania, South Sudan, Rwanda, DRC. That's the country where I am from. So yeah, in case you're wondering. But thank you so much, Baskara Patela, for joining us. Kindly like the broadcast, but also consider subscribing to the channel as well if it's your first time here. All right. Trust me, the table is changing. Liverpool have now gone third. Spurs are fourth. Man City are fifth. So Real Madrid have dropped to what? Sixth or something. Bruno Guimaraes, they are on the bench. Oh, I had not taken note, but Arsenal made a halftime change and introduced Martin Odegaard. I want to suspect it's for Kai Havertz because it was his first time back into the starting 11 for the first time in 4 months or more there because he got injured during his cameo in Arsenal's 1-0 victory against Manchester United on the opening weekend of the season. So he got to start this game, provided an assist, provided an assist and also scored one. So I do suspect he's a player that has been withdrawn at halftime for the Arsenal. Just to confirm that, let me check. Actually, it's Ricardo Carafiori who was withdrawn for Martin Odegaard. Ricardo Carafiori. Then that means Mosquera is playing alongside who? Oh, that means possibly. What does that mean? That Christian Nogat moves to the center back role, or Ben White plays center back, and then who plays right back? Christian Nogat? Jesus Christ. Come on. All right. Looks like my suspicions were wrong. But yeah, those are the proceedings. That's what we want to see. Whoa. Madueke with a beautiful attempt on goal, but it's pushed away. Oh, that's a little too heavy. Piero Hincap appears to have been introduced as well. Jesus Christ. Why is Live Squad not giving me all those changes the way they've been set? Let me find out from a different source here and see what those changes actually mean. Where's that game? Jesus Christ. Can somebody give me that game? Okay. Looks like, yes. Piero Hincapi and Martin Odegaard came in for who? For Kai Havertz, yes, was withdrawn, and Ricardo Carafiori, yes, looks like as right. So Christian Nogat is still in midfield. That means Hincapi is playing alongside Christian Mosquera, while Martin Odegaard has come in for Kai Havertz. For Kai Havertz, I completely understand. Then Carafiori, same story, returning from injury, but he was also booked in the first half. Beautiful block there. Sebibakov. PSG yet to find the breakthrough in the second half. Well, meanwhile, that French referee who looks like Leandro Trossard is the one in charge of the game between Chelsea and Napoli. I love that guy. Meanwhile, Chelsea have slipped to 13th. Remember, they were 18th. Sorry, they were 8th on the table. Now, Newcastle have moved 8th. So that's why I said every goal that is scored means something to somebody somewhere in this table of the UEFA Champions League. Beautiful collected. This Kairati Almat goalkeeper is proven to be so far quite a good one. My prediction was the Gunners to score 3 assured points. Okay, my prediction for Arsenal was a 3-0 victory, but they've already conceded, so no clean sheet for them. No clean sheet for them tonight, but it's all good. They've conceded their 3rd goal in the competition this season. That's a poor pass. Chelsea, Liam Rassinier is looking to make some double change. One of those coming on should be Gittens. Oh, wow. Nuno Mendes slicing through that Newcastle backline like a hot knife in butter. Andre Santos and Malo Gusto are the players being taken off for Trevor Chalobah and Jamie Gittens. There. Those are the changes that have been made in that game between Napoli and Chelsea to try and see if they can gain an advantage. Pierre Hincap had dropped that ball in a dangerous area. Good. Eze with a quick, clever layout. Only that I think Mazuri Kelly could not get onto it very early enough, but that was beautiful vision. Meanwhile, former Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku is also on the sidelines, warming up, being ready to come on at any one point should his services be required. Remember, they signed Rasmus Højlund and Lorenzo Luca when Romelu Lukaku got injured prior to the start of the season. Arsenal still searching for their fourth goal in this game, but so far it's eluding them. Bradley Bacola trying to find the breakthrough, but could not keep his attempt on target. Oh! Was Eze crossing? Was he going for goal? I think he tried to go for goal, but he miscued it, and it ended up on the head of Christian Nogard, who couldn't find the target. Oh, we have another goal in another game. Benfica are leading by 3-1 against Real Madrid. Benfica are leading by 3-1 against Real Madrid. Jose Mourinho doing Jose Mourinho things there. I dread Jose Mourinho. I fear facing his teams. I fear facing his teams. So Benfica leading by 3-1. That's if it remains that way, it will have been a perfect score prediction for Pedri on the channel. Oh. Newcastle are giving PSG a run for their money. And then Barcelona have the second goal against Copenhagen. Oh, it's a deflected ball. Is that Rafinha by Lamine Yamal? Yes, Lamine Yamal's attempt is deflected into the back of the net, and Barcelona leading by 2-1. Remember, every goal means something. Every goal matters. Alvaro Arbeloa could be destined for his first defeat as a Real Madrid head coach. Arsenal conceding possession in a very, very complacent manner. Oh. I'm experiencing very, very slow speeds on my device that has, Chelsea have the equalizer against Napoli. Chelsea have an equalizer against Napoli. Let's see who is the goal scorer. Wow, what a goal. What a goal that is from Joao Pedro. What a strike. It's 2-2 between Chelsea and Napoli. Oh, Gabriel Martinelli with the trivela of a cross. Odegaard headed it straight down to the goalkeeper. Remember, he also played a trivela pass in their game against Inter Milan for Victor Gyökeres to go on and score, with the assist coming from Bukayo Saka, a player that has been far from convincing this season, really. What about Kai Havertz? Kai Havertz? How many goals? Because my husband was scared to go and watch the match because I'm bored. Havertz has scored one and provided an assist in Arsenal's 3-1 lead at the moment. So far in this game, he's looked really, really brilliant in that first half. In the second half, he's yet to find the moments. Oh, pass the ball. Oh, Jesus Christ. All my feeds are deciding to, freeze at the same time. You turn your attention off of one, and then there's a key moment in the other. There's a goal in the Benfica Real Madrid game because Real Madrid have pulled one back through Kylian Mbappe. Again, Kylian Mbappe on target. He just can't stop scoring. He scored a brace over the weekend, one being a penalty, and he scored a brace in this one to extend his individual tally to 12 goals in the UEFA Champions League. Oh, nice recovery from Martinelli there. Gyökeres could not get that ball from under his feet. The thing about Eze is the way he drops off the ball to you, almost sometimes in an unexpected manner. Ben White, who wore the captain's armband for the opening half, looks commits a foul there. What a beautiful goal that was from Joao Pedro. Arsenal have not found much comfort in this second half as they had. Oh, what a missed opportunity by Ousmane Dembele. But that was smart, the way he attempted to try and parry that ball into the back of the net. Beautiful cross from Nuno Mendes. Wanted to get his fast boot onto it, but it's just, outside the near post. Wow, beautiful pass from Eze. Martinelli can't keep it on target. Ebeleche Eze has had a wonderful night tonight. He's yet to provide an assist, but the things he's been able to do so far, finding his teammates in space, whether centrally or wide, he's done that tremendously well. And that's what you want to see from him. That's what you want to constantly see from him. Yes, they are preparing to bring on Goncalo Ramos. Oh, come on. Side effects. Guys, I'm trying to adjust my seat. It's starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable. Ajax Olympiacos, that game is 1-1. Juventus Monaco still goalless, as is Inter against Borussia Dortmund. Liverpool are leading by 5-0 against Karabakh. Goals from McAllister, Flanvitz, Mohamed Salah, Hugo Ekitike, and the other from McAllister again. So McAllister has a brace in that one. 73 minutes are played. Liverpool emerging as the biggest winners of the night so far with that 5-0 against then Union Saint Gloise have a goal against Atalanta. They are leading that game by 1-0. Pafos are 2-1 up against Slavia Praha. Bayern Munich have the breakthrough against PSV Eindhoven. That goal scored by Jamal Musiala, with Leonard Carl providing the assist in the 58th minute of that game. So that is what is happening on that regard. Okay. Man City still 2-0 up against Galatasaray. Club Brugge, same 2-0 up against Marseille. Arsenal still struggling to find the breakthrough for their 4th goal of the night. It's not look like it won't come. They've created the chances, just not been clinical. Really, the Kairat Ahmad goalkeeper has equally been brilliant. Have one of the most uncomfortable chairs. Wow. Guys, Nuno Mendes is a joy to watch as a left back. He's just a brilliant guy. He's just a brilliant player in that role. My Chelsea Napoli game keeps on freezing. I don't know why, but it's overdoing it. Oh. Fortunate indeed. Oh, that's a dangerous tackle. Stamp on the top of foot. Ah. Wow. Gyökeres created the perfect moment for Eze, but he took one too many touches, couldn't get the space to pull the shot off, but you could see he desperately wanted to. Could not control it with his first touch properly, so it sort of ran away from him a little bit. So have gone short with majority of their corners tonight. It hasn't yielded the best results. Oh, come on, Odegaard. Gabriel Jesus is being prepared to come on alongside with some youngster. I suspect Victor Gyökeres will be the one to pave the way. Gabriel Martinelli has also been withdrawn. Gabriel Martinelli, 6 goals this season in the UEFA Champions League. Randall Bailey Joseph, 17 years of age, has come on. Clean by him. Randall Bailey Joseph making his debut for the senior team. Tinha trying to go from distance to see if we can break Nick Pope, but that didn't pay off. Sliced it well, just couldn't keep it under the bar. Newcastle leveraging on the counter-attack to try and get the advantage. Oh, Mendes. The way Mendes plays left back should be studied. Reminds me of a Marcelo. He loves to go forward. He's not afraid to take on players and just doesn't attempt to take them on, but he actually takes them on and dribbles past them. Beautiful and very entertaining to watch, as always. PSG are not yet leaving to the building here. Sporting Lisbon have the equalizer against Athletic Bilbao. So it's 2-2. Barcelona are 3-1 up against Copenhagen. A penalty in the 69th minute from Rafinha made all the difference. My prediction was a 3-1 Barcelona to win. Monaco, Juventus. Oh, come on, guys. Can't keep doing me like that. Can't keep doing this. Anthony Gordon appealing for penalty. Bayern Munich are 2-1 up against PSV Hurricane in the 84th minute, while Ismail Sarabia had scored the equalizer in the 78th minute. It wasn't going to be an easy game for them. Leverkusen 3-0 up against Villarreal. Real Madrid still 3-2 behind against Benfica. Pafos leading 3-1 against Slavia Praha. Club Rouge 3-0 against Olympique Marseille. Come on. Have the vision, have the foresight to go for it. Oh, it's a goal. Chelsea are leading. Chelsea, through Joao Pedro, are leading by 3-2. My prediction was for Chelsea to win that game by 2-1, but they are currently leading by 3-2. Joao Pedro, the goal scorer, no longer getting the goal rush on the other side of the watch line, but whatever it is, I'll be sure I'll be bringing you up to speed. But yeah, Chelsea are leading Napoli by 3-2. Joao Pedro with the breast tonight still make the difference. Scott McTominay can hardly believe it. Come on, that's soft. We are edging closer and closer to the 90th minute mark of majority of these games. He panicked there. Gabriel Jesus panicked there. He tried to go for the quick goal rush, but he panicked there. Oh. Imagine betting on Arsenal to score in the second half and they do this to you. Finally showing us that Joao Pedro goal. Oh, wow. Come on. Oh, Arsenal finally score. It's 4-1. Oh, looks like it won't count. Will it? Had a flash of an update there, but it almost went away as soon as it came on. But it's 4-1 for the Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus. Will it stand? Is the question. It may. It may stand. Gabriel Jesus. Beautiful goal. Oh, looks as though he's offside, at least by the shoulder. It will be checked. It won't stand. He was offside, so the goal doesn't stand. Christian Nogard, wonderful performance. Luis Enrique looks a frustrated man. He appears to be a very frustrated man with what is happening with his team. Just can't find the breakthrough. That Kairati Ahmad goalkeeper has been excellent tonight. Barcelona are 4-2 against Copenhagen. Copenhagen just scored through Pereira, while Marcus Rashford also got himself on the score sheet for Barcelona. Inter Milan are leading against Borussia Dortmund by 1-0. Di Marco with the goal. Federico Di Marco must know. Did I not predict for Inter to win? Yeah, my prediction was for Inter to win by 2-1, but it looks like maybe a 1-0 if they can hold on to that lead in that game. Meanwhile, Arsenal making it perfect, 8 out of 8 in terms of their UEFA Champions League campaign, the first team to do it. Last season, Liverpool attempted it, but they lost in the final game against PSV by 3-2. So, like I said, Arsenal came into this game with only bragging rights to play for and some money in the form of winning bonuses. Oh, Martin Odegaard trying to go from distance there. Pafos for Slavia Praha nil. Sorry, 1. Man City still holding on to those 2 goals. Club Brugge 3-0. Real Madrid still yet to find the equalizer. 11 corners from this Arsenal side. And they've not made any count. Oh, come on. His shooting is so off. Can hardly keep the ball on target. I don't know whether he panics, shoots it. Meanwhile, Arsenal have conceded the second. Arsenal have conceded, and it's 3-2. The only team in the UEFA Champions League to score 2 against Arsenal will go down as Gairati Almaty. It's 3-2. Ricardinho is the goal scorer in that one. Odegaard concedes possession. Uh-oh. Kepa. Oh. Ricardinho. It's 3-2, but the amount of celebrations in there, the joy of scoring twice at the Emirates, is all over their places. I mean, Arsenal did not defend their lines well. They did not keep track of Ricardinho. Leave him in space for a free header, and Maslow Skelly, Nkapie and Maslow Skelly are suspect of that because Maslow Skelly can literally see him there. Oh, look at that. But they will win anyway. What a night of UEFA Champions League football. What a night that was for UEFA Champions League football. UEFA Champions League is a gift that keeps on giving. So 4 goals conceded by Arsenal at the league phase of the UEFA Champions League, following those 2 goals conceded against Gairati Almaty. Not the worst of performances, but the second half was a bit of an underperformance compared to their first. But they will be happy with their performance. The return of Kai Havertz with a goal and an assist. Victor Gyökeres on the score sheet. Martinelli with a goal. Barcelona on the other side, pretty happy. Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Marcus Rashford on that side of Barcelona. Wow. Sporting CP have the winning goal against Bilbao. They've scored literally with the last kick of the game to win it 3-2. Wow. Utter madness. Liverpool won their fixture by 6-0. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Bodo Gilmot are leading Atletico de Madrid by 2-1. Wow. What a story that is for Bodo Gilmot. What a story that is going to go down for Bodo Gilmot. Beating Man City and beating Atletico de Madrid in your final 2 games of the UEFA Champions League to earn a place in the playoffs is nothing short of remarkable. Do you know Carol? I'm back with a new account. That is Anne. Carol, I do seem to remember Carol, who was with us a while back, but I can't be 100% certain. But yeah, what a night that has been in the UEFA Champions League. Wow. I mean, wow. What a night. Benfica. You say, what's wrong with Spanish teams except for Barcelona? I do not know, but that winning goal for Sporting CP against Bilbao, wow. That's what the UEFA Champions League gives you. That's what you get on a UEFA Champions League night. Emotions running high, things going in directions that you did not expect, and etc, etc. So basically, that's it from there. It's been a girls' galore tonight with so many goals scored, but also we were with that. It's like we had the game, a virgin game, the one or the goalless draw between Juventus and Monaco. So yeah, but majority of those fixtures are wrapped up as we speak. The Real Madrid game is the one that last I checked was yet to be wrapped up, and Real Madrid were leading. Sorry, we're behind 3-2 against Benfica. Raul Asensio got himself sent off in the 92nd minute of that game. The other day I was saying that Benfica needed to win all their remaining games to guarantee themselves a place in the playoff, but they went and lost to Juventus by 2-0. Nonetheless, they still had a chance if or provided they beat up against Real Madrid tonight. So that's what is happened at this stage. So we are waiting for the final result from that game. So yeah, what was your game of the night? Depending on what you are able to follow up on, who excited you? What game kept you on your toes? I don't, but yeah, very, very beautiful night of UEFA Champions League action that we have enjoyed tonight in those respective fixtures. We'll have a look at the Champions League table. We know who is finished where. We know it's been a perfect run for the Arsenal, 8 out of 8, only 4 goals conceded, 23 scored. Pedri says, we did it, Mr. Tribe. Congratulations to you, Pedri. Pedri is a Barcelona fan. He says, we won. So the top 8 have been confirmed as Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting Lisbon, Manchester City. Wow. And Real Madrid, unless they can salvage their reputation, looks like they are destined for a playoff once again. So Real Madrid, Inter Milan, PSG, Newcastle, Juventus, Atletico de Madrid, Atlanta, Bayer Leverkusen, Borussia Dortmund, Olympiacos, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, Monaco, Karabakh, Bodo Glimt, and Olympique Marseille. Now, the funny thing is that Olympique Marseille have been beaten, but the goals that Benfica may have scored in this game, because they've conceded 2, may not be enough to see them in the playoffs. So, but yeah, so the teams that could be sent home packing could be Benfica, Pafos, Union Saint-Gilloise, PSV, Athletic Bilbao, Napoli, Copenhagen, Ajax, Frankfurt, Slavia Praha, Villarreal, and of course Kairat Almaty, who've not had a single win so far in this, edition of the UEFA Champions League. So all games have been wrapped up. Sorry. Yes, all. Oh, hold on a minute. You said PSG, Inter, Juventus, Real Madrid, Atletico, Dortmund, all in playoffs? Exactly. Oh, Benfica squad. Yeah, Benfica squad. It's a goal. 4-2. That could change the table. That means Benfica could go up and then Marseille drop off. That's what it could imply on that UEFA Champions League table. Like I said, tonight, every goal matters in more ways than you can care to count. Every goal does matter tonight. Wow. I can imagine everything that you're saying about us. Either way, we're still in the playoffs, and we'll get there. But that one goal could change the UEFA Champions League table in favor of Benfica at the expense of Olympique Marseille. Football is crazy, but what a night of UEFA Champions League football. What a night it's been. Guys, that goal for Sporting CP against Athletic Bilbao by Alson Santos in the 94th minute. Crazy scenes at San Mamés. I mean, those are moments that you never see coming, that come anyway and give you a night. Liverpool untroubled 6-0 winners against Karabakh. Federico Chiesa put the icing on the cake. McAllister with the brace. Mo Salah, Fran Vitz, and Hugo Ekitike on target in that one. We know this is crazy, indeed crazy. For some of the highlights, we'll try and trace for them tomorrow. But yeah, otherwise, if we try to look for them now, then we may not say a thing to one another. Barcelona having to dig through it and win that game by 4-1. Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and Marcus Rashford to cancel out Victor Dawson's goal, or Dawson there. I mean, impressive stuff. Real Madrid falling against Benfica is another highlight of the night. Inter Milan, that late goal by Di Marco to beat up against Dortmund. And then, Di Marco's goal comes in the 81st minute, and then Andy Diouf in the 94th minute to make sure that Inter win that game by 2-0. My prediction had been 2-1. Speaking of predictions, Pedri, how did you perform? Can I read for you your predictions? You got the Real Madrid prediction win, right? No perfect scores. Napoli, Chelsea went for 2-2 draw. Chelsea have won that one by 3-2. I had gone for Chelsea win 2-1. Newcastle 2-1 against PSG. I'd said PSG 3-1. Looks like we both got that one wrong because it's been a 1-1 draw. Just to be sure, I need to be looking at the exact tally of results on my screen from match day 8 so that I do not mislead people. So yeah, that one was 1-1. You said Barcelona 4-0 Copenhagen, nearly a perfect score, but I knew Barcelona would concede. I said 3-2, so either way, it's a win. Dortmund 1, Inter Milan 1. I said that was your prediction. I said 2-1 Inter Milan. Manchester City went 2-1 against Galatasaray. I'd gone for a 2-all draw. Looks like Man City won by 2-0 in that one. Then Benfica, I went Real Madrid 2-1. You went Benfica 3-1 against Real Madrid. But as we know, it's finished 4-2 in favor of Real Madrid. Now, crazy. You see, the games tonight had different dimensions. Your victory, in some cases, was not enough to get you there. You needed others to also lose. So there was a lot of moving pieces and parts tonight. Every goal scored in whichever game meant something to somebody somewhere in a different match. So clearly Mbappe extending his tally to 12 goals. Hurricane with 8 brought Erling Haaland with 7. Stats show 11. Okay, we'll go with the 11. But yeah, Paphos, the way they dismissed Slavia Praha, beating them by 4-1 has been impressive. Paphos, of course, reduced down to 10 men. Tottenham Hotspurs beating up against Frankfurt by 2-0. Rando Kolomwani and Dominic Solanke, beautiful stuff there. What Tottenham have been able to achieve in the UEFA Champions League this season has equally been very, very impressive. So, yes, like I told you guys, that last-minute goal from Benfica just put them into the playoffs, finishing 24th at the expense of Olympique Marseille, because Olympique Marseille had a negative of 3 goals, and so did Benfica. So that one goal put them at -2. Really, Marseille were put to -3. So they dropped. So that was the significance of that goal. Paphos tried to win with as many goals as possible, but it just wasn't enough. They needed not to have conceded tonight. Unfortunately, they've been equally dumped out. Union Saint-Gilloise, PSV, Athletic Bilbao, Napoli, Copenhagen have all been dumped out. So that our top 8 are confirmed, as has been read. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting Lisbon, and Manchester City. That means in the top 8, we have one team from Germany, that's Bayern Munich. We have one team from Spain, that's Barcelona. We have one team from Portugal, that's Sporting CP. And then we have, I think, 4 teams from the UK in Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Manchester City. 5 teams are from the Premier League, with 3 teams being outside the Premier League from in that top 5. So that's also is a telling statistic in a way. Then in 9th place is Real Madrid. 10th is Inter Milan. PSG 11th. Newcastle 12th. Juventus 13th. Atletico de Madrid 14th. Atlanta 15th. Bayer Leverkusen 12th. Borussia Dortmund 11th. 17th. Olympiacos 18th. Club Brugge 19th. Galatasaray 20th. Monaco 21st. Karabakh at 22nd, Bodo Glimt at 23rd, and Benfica 24th. So I will be waiting for the draws for the playoffs to determine the 8 teams that will meet with the top 8 going into the other part of the UEFA Champions League season. But yeah, very, very interesting stuff there. Let me see if I can find some reaction on offer of X about the UEFA Champions League. But what a crazy night it's been for those of you that have been following the events at the respective games. Okay, let me see. Guys, I mean, even my own search would be difficult Where do you even start from? Where do you start from? Let's see what's trending in terms of sports. Okay, okay. Jesus Christ. Real Madrid is trending, so is Olympiacos, so is Rashford, Pulisic, Sarabia, Benfica trending. But they've done it. But what a moment. Let me watch this goal, guys. Allow me watch this goal. Wow. The goalkeeper. Beautiful free kick. Crosses floated in. I mean, that's beyond headlines. Reminds me of Alson Ramses Baker versus West Bromwich Albion so many seasons back when Liverpool were pushing for that Premier League title. So beautiful scenes. Jose Mourinho is unbeaten in the league since becoming manager for Benfica. That came on Jan 28th. The special one. No goalkeeper to score. Benfica goalkeeper is above the ordinary. You know, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff there. Jose Mourinho in a one-off game is a very, very difficult opponent. It doesn't matter how good you are. He'll just give you a run for your money. Just give you a run for your money. Okay, somebody says 2 assists from Cole Palmer, a star I will always die for. I can't wait to see him fully fit. Hashtag Chelsea. Then, anyways, guys, tremendous stuff. Tremendous stuff. Crazy scenes. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy scenes. Ah. Yes. Apologies on that. We had an internet glitch. Did you get any right? Yes, I got some right. Thanks for asking. I got 3 right, 3 wins for Chelsea, for Barcelona, and for Inter Milan. I got the draw for Man City wrong, the PSG win wrong, and the win for Real Madrid wrong. While on the other hand, you got right the win for Benfica, for Barcelona, and for Manchester City. All the others were wrong for you. Otherwise, allow me call it a night, and I wish you a blessed night. Let's do this again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Stay blessed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.